little MLB futures fade or follow. So Brandon is going to toss these out because he handpicked every single one of these. He's going to either toss it to Corey and I after reveals the bet, and we're simply going to decide. Are we going to fade him or are we going to follow him on the wagers? So Brando, book it out of the box, my man. What do you got at play numero uno?
All right, boys, here we go. Corey, we're going to start with you. I love this bet. I placed this bet actually 2 months ago. I got a much better price than it is right now. I had it at plus 4,200. It is Tigers versus Cubs as the exact World Series matchup is now plus 2,000. Would you fade or follow, Corey?
I would fade that one right there. I do like that side with the Tigers, but I just think when it all comes together, that the Dodgers are still going to be the team to beat in the National League. And listen, what the Cubs have been doing so far this year has been phenomenal. But when you get into those playoffs, and you can see when the Dodgers are right, how they just have that will to win. I think it might be a little bit too much for the Cubbies. I think the Dodgers represent the National League in the World Series, so I'm going to fade that one right there.
Oh, naturally, because I'm a diehard Chicago Cubs fan, I cannot fade my Cubs. I'm going to follow you, Brando, on this one. I actually really like the Tiger side. If you would have bet on them individually to make the World Series out of the AL, it's 7-1 right now at BetMGM. It's all going to come down for the Cubs on what they do with the trade deadline. We had Jim Amello on last night, our MLB insider, and, he seems to think they're certainly going to be in the market for a pitcher, maybe a couple. Arizona's already come out and said they're open for business. Maybe the Cubs make a big move and get Zach Gallen. Or my guy, who I think they should grab, is Merrill Kelly. Cubs only number 14 on the year right now, and team ERA at 3.91, but they're number 3 in all of baseball on WRC+. Detroit, outstanding with the pitching staff. Tariq Skubal is going to win AL Cy Young, 3.73 ERA, also number 7 in WRC+. A really balanced team overall. Spencer Torkelson has been damn good. Riley Green has certainly had his moments. So, yeah, I'll buy into it. And I, of course, will watch every single pitch of this in the Fall Classic. If it is indeed Tigers and Cubs in the World Series matchup at 20-1 right now at BetMGM. All right, that was numero uno. What is play numero dos in your MLB future, my man?
Yeah, right before we get to that, I got to tell my guy Corey, because he's a big Yankee fan, that Derek Jeter actually picked the Cubs to be in the World Series last night after the All-Star game. So just so you know, I'll let my boy Derek know next time that you don't like his bet. Anyway,
Shout out to D.
let's go. Let's go to a former Cub, Javier Báez, Mr. El Mago. Javier Báez to win AL Comeback Player of the Year award, plus 900. Brad Evans, what do you say?
I got to fade it. I mean, Jacob deGrom is a runaway leader in this category at minus 900. No way in hell I'm going to bet on that. deGrom right now among all pitchers, number 18 in WAR. But a guy I think it could be a dark horse of this award, quite honestly, is Byron Buxton. You saw him in the Home Run Derby, had a nice showing there. The Minnesota Twinkie has been outstanding this season. 289 batting average, 21 bombs, 56 RBI, 64 runs scored, and 17 stolen bases. According to Zibson, their projection rest of the season, another 10 home runs, 6 stolen bases, 27 driven in, and 30 runs scored. I think he's worth the ticket at 6-1, though deGrom may ultimately run away with this, assuming, of course, he stays healthy. But El Mago, I know he's not swinging out of his cleats like he usually does. He's batting 275, which is shocking to me. I don't think he wins this coveted honor. So, Corey, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, when you got a minus 900 favorite, if you want to put the money on Baez, I'll take that action. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it. Now you could say, well, with pitches and injuries and stuff like that. Well, you can say Javier Baez and injuries and stuff like that. So listen, he's having a good season, kind of on pace to have one of the best seasons of his career in the last 7-8 years or so. But for the most part, this is a no bet for me. Sorry.
Oh, right. Man, Brando. All right, what else you got?
Yeah, no, I'm pulling for my guy El Mago. I want him to win it, so I'm betting it. Cal Raleigh to win AL MVP, plus 300 in a world where we have Aaron Judge. I still like this bet a little bit. Corey, what do you say?
This is an interesting one right here because This is going to be Aaron Judge or Raleigh, right? And I'll
Yep.
take the juice with Raleigh. I'll put it that way.
Mm.
Yankees seem to be spinning a little bit right now. Lost the last 2, 5-5. Listen, you got to have one of the top records in the league. While the Mariners are playing pretty good baseball right now, still 5 games behind the Stros as we are at the break right now. But the way Raleigh's been swinging it, and then not to mention the fact you could get some voter fatigue. So I'll go Cal Raleigh at plus 300. I'll take $1, make you holler on that one right there.
Yeah, look, the only bet you can make here is at plus money. I mean, Judge is minus 1,100. There's absolutely no value there whatsoever. And Judge right now is kind of the runaway candidate for this award. He's light years ahead of Raleigh in WAR. He's at 7.1, which leads all players in Major League Baseball. Raleigh at 4.8. I know Raleigh's having just an insane in the membrane kind of season with the 38 jacks. He just won the home run derby. But, you look at Aaron Judge, he's batting 355 with 35 bombs, 81 RBI, 85 runs scored, rest of the season projection on Zips, 305 batting average, 20 home runs, 52 RBI, and 47 runs scored. I think it's a foregone conclusion Judge is going to win it. But if you want to bet it, knowing the injury imp is always lurking, Cal Raleigh's the only play there at 3-1. Brando, who's next?
All right, I'm going to try to do this justice just for you, Brad. We got Paul. Skenes to win the NL Cy Young at plus 100. Brad Evans, you fading or following?
I'm going to fade you, my man, because I've said this since the beginning of the season. I think it's going to be Zach Wheeler's award of the Philadelphia Phillies. And again, no knock on Skenes, but Wheeler is a little bit higher right now in WAR. He's a couple of spots higher at number 3 in Major League Baseball. Skenes at number 5. Paul Skenes getting 0 run support. So are you telling me he is going to win the Cy Young with what, 8 or 9 wins this season? I mean, Wheeler may dwarf him by like 6 to 8 wins in that category, and the ERA already outstanding for Wheeler. The K per 9 right up there with Skenes. The whip well below 1, much like Skenes. I think it just comes down, yeah, he's got the recognition. Yeah, he's got the fine girlfriend. But I think Zach Wheeler is a better across-the-board player to earn this honor because he gets run support and collects W's. Corey, what do you think?
Yeah, I probably would stick with Wheeler, too, in this market right here. I know Skenes is an exciting young player, and everybody likes to get behind him, and he is an attraction every time he steps on the mound. You know what I'm saying? So that really helps when it comes to the voters. But the bottom line is the wins ain't there, right? And you can say, okay, well, that's not his fault. That's a lack of run support. But then also, what are they going to do when you get towards the back end of the season? Are they going to shut him down because they stink?
True.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler going to be.
Jacob deGrom 5 years ago, won it with the Mets with a losing record where he wasn't getting any run support either, but he had an ERA underneath 2, and I believe that he had 8 straight starts where he won where he lost either 1-0 or 2-0, and he won the award that year.
People expect futility from the Mets.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. Quickly here, 10 seconds or less each answer. Any state other than California to win the World Series plus 240. That's not the Dodgers, not the Padres, not the Giants, Angels, or A's. Brad, fade or follow?
Fade. The Dodgers right now, number 23 in Major League Baseball in ERA. I know they're going to be after the trade deadline, but they're going to underwhelm. I already know what Corey's answer is. Go, Corey.
I'm a follow that one right there. I think the team. I mean, if we like the Tigers, I'm gonna take that plus money with the Tigers. I don't think the Yanks got it this year, unfortunately. I like the way Detroit is playing. I think it'd be a good story for the city. So I'm going to take the plus 240